less number of students with us today, and I will present. So I will start with the attendance. You just have to say present. Shri Amit Shah, not there. All right. Yogi Adityanath, Yogi Adityanath, not there. Rahul Gandhi,
Ma'am, present.
Rahul Gandhi there. All right. Kapil Sibal,
Ma'am, Rahul Gandhi is present. Ma'am, I'm present.
yes, I have marked you. Kapil Sibal, not there. Sitaram, Sitaram Yachuri, not there. Binoy Viswam, Binoy Viswam. All right. Mamta Banerjee, Mamta Banerjee, not there. Derek O'Brien. Do we have Derek O'Brien? Not there. Kalyan Banerjee,
Present, ma'am.
Mahua Moitra,
Present, ma'am.
Arvind Kejriwal, Arvind Kejriwal, Manish Sisodia, Manish Sisodia, Eknath Shinde, Eknath Shinde, Sanjay Raut, Sanjay Raut, all right. Chandrani Murmu, Chandrani Murmu, not there. Dr. Amar Patnaik, Dr. Amar Patnaik,
Present. Present.
Manoj Kumar Jha,
Present.
You heard Dr. Amar
Present.
right?
yes, I've marked you. Lalu Prasad Yadav, Lalu Prasad Yadav, Akhilesh Yadav,
Present. Present.
Mula, yes, I've marked you. Mulayam Singh Yadav, Mulayam Singh Yadav, Sharad Pawar,
Present.
Sharad Pawar,
Present.
all right. Supriya Sule, Supriya Sule, Harsimrat Kaur Badal, Harsimrat Kaur Badal, Balwinder Singh, Balwinder Singh, Ramdas Athawale, Ramdas Athawale, Prakash Yashwant Ambedkar, Prakash Yashwant Ambedkar, Y.S. Jagmohan Reddy. Y.S. Jagmohan Reddy. Karumuri Rao. Karumuri Rao. Durai Murugan. Durai Murugan. M.K. Stalin. M.K. Stalin. Chirag Paswan. Chirag Paswan. Pashupati Kumar Paras. Pashupati Kumar Paras. Kavita Malot. Kavita Malot. Bhimrao Patil. Bhimrao Patil. Pramod Patil. Okay. Raj Thakre. Raj Thakre. E.T. Mohammed Bashir. E.T. Mohammed Bashir. Kani K. Navas. Not that. All right. Dharmal to you.
हेलो गाइस, आवाज आ रही है मेरी?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
अच्छा, कैन आई हैव एवरीवन्स कैमरा ऑन? राहुल गांधी जी, Acha, thank you so much, guys. All right. I hope you recognize me.
Yes,
My
sir.
name is Dharmel. I met you on Wednesday, and I'll be your moderator for this session. So, firstly, thank you so much for taking time out from your busy schedules after school on Saturday and showing up here. So, अभी हम जल्दी से कोई problem नहीं होगा. Don't worry about anything. ठीक है? We will quickly have a very good and fruitful session here, where we will discuss police reforms. ठीक है? And tomorrow we will turn it up a level further. ठीक है? तो अभी हम like 6-7 लोग हैं, all right? And consider this like a civics class. ठीक है? सोच लो कि this is school का civics class and feel free to learn and feel free to participate. Just because आपको कहा गया है कि competition है, ऐसा मत करो कि आप बोले नहीं या फिर आपको डर लग रहा हो. जो क्वेश्चन है मुझे कभी भी पूछ लो और पूरा टाइम पार्टिसिपेट करो. So again, I'm incredibly grateful for all of you to be here, and I hope I will see you all tomorrow as well. All right. So yeah, Rahul Gandhi, if possible, I would advise that you join from a computer or perhaps from your tablet, so I can have a landscape view of your screen. बाकी सबने
Yes, sir.
कंप्यूटर से ज्वाइन किया?
So,
अच्छा, ठीक है. और भाई सर मत बोलो, अभी इनफॉर्मली है. So we'll have a quick round of introduction if everyone has time. ठीक है, मैंने तो खुद को इंट्रोड्यूस कर दिया. ऑलराइट, एंड में टीशा विल इंट्रोड्यूस हरसेल्फ. ऑलराइट, तो अभी आप सब लोग मुझे अपना नाम बताओ, अपना स्कूल में फेवरेट सब्जेक्ट्स बोल दो. ऑलराइट, कोच भी आपको बोलना है और कुछ बोल दो. एंड टेल मी योर अलॉटमेंट, मतलब आपका पोर्टफोलियो, एंड व्हाट डू यू थिंक ऑफ योर पोर्टफोलियो. ठीक है, हम लोग अल्फाबेटिकली जाते हैं. ठीक है, लेट्स स्टार्ट विद अमर पटनायक. आप अपना इंट्रोडक्शन दे दीजिए.
Sir, can you repeat the question, please?
आपका फेवरेट सब्जेक्ट बोल दो मुझे स्कूल में, नाम बोल दो, फेवरेट सब्जेक्ट, और व्हाट डू यू थिंक अबाउट योर पोर्टफोलियो. आप आपके पॉलिटिशियन के.
So I am Araf Kumar, guys, and my favorite subject, I'll tell honestly, there are two subjects, history and my.
ग्रेट. व्हाट डू यू नो अबाउट अमर पटनायक?
So according to me, Amar Patnaik is the son of the, I don't remember the name, but the chairman of this party, Bijal Dal.
अच्छा, डू यू नो एनीथिंग अबाउट द पार्टी? व्हाट डू यू थिंक द पार्टी डज?
Sir, no idea.
कुछ नहीं. ऑलराइट, मीनवाइल यू जस्ट गूगल इट, so you just know more
Okay.
about it. Alright, and see if you like it. Alright, what was your name again?
Araf Kumar.
Aras. Alright,
Arav, double A.
Arav. ठीक है, thank you. Alright, we'll have Mahua Moitra next.
so hi everyone, my name is Sanjit.
Hi Sanjay.
My favorite subjects are maths, physics, chemistry, biology, and civics. My allotted portfolio is Mahua Moitra.
Sanjit, what do you know about Mahua Moitra?
So she was born on 12th October 1947, and a member of the parliament in the 17th Lok Sabha from Krishnanagar, West Bengal.
Do you know anything more about her?
No, sir.
अच्छा, ठीक है. From which party is she? Can you tell me?
So she is from All India Trinamool Congress.
अच्छा, do you know anything about Trinamool Congress which you would like to share with me?
I only know that it is in West
अच्छा,
Bengal.
that is good enough. ठीक है. So Sanjit,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Hi Sanjit, it's great to see you, and I love that you put the virtual background also behind you. So Mahua Moitra is a very riveting personality in Indian politics. तो तृणमूल कांग्रेस बड़ा सा पार्टी है वेस्ट बंगाल में, ऐसी राइटली सेड, और ये ममता बनर्जी का पार्टी है. आपने सुना होगा कि मतलब जो भी डिस्कस करते हैं डी बोलते हैं, ममता डीडी, ये ममता डीडी का पार्टी है. ठीक है.
Yes.
और ईस्ट में तृणमूल कांग्रेस का बहुत ज्यादा ही पावर है और स्ट्रॉन्ग होल्ड है
और
And
influence.
उन लोगों का मिक्स्ड आइडियोलॉजी है. अभी इन सिंपल वर्ड्स उन लोग का सोशियोलॉजिस्ट बट इंडियन सोशियोलॉजिस्ट आइडियोलॉजी है where they push for cultural indifference. इन शॉर्ट ऐसा आइडियोलॉजी है इनका. तो अगर आप महुआ मोइत्रा टाइप करोगे गूगल पे, आपको बहुत अच्छी स्पीचेस मिलेगी यूट्यूब पे, क्योंकि मोइत्रा के जैसा क्रिटिसाइज बीजेपी को कोई और नहीं करता.
मैं कल 2 स्पीच देखा मैंने.
हाँ, तो आप देखो स्पीच, आप मुझे कल बोलो कि अगर आप अग्री करते हो नहीं अग्री करते हो, और उनका एक कोई फेवरेट कोट हो तो बोल देना. और बहुत अच्छे से उन्होंने मतलब बीजेपी को क्रिटिसाइज किया है, बहुत पोलाइटली और अच्छी तरीके से क्रिटिसाइज किया है. Why do I stress so much upon Mahua Moitra? Because she is one of the only eloquent women who is standing out in the opposition. So it is an incredible role which you have got here, and I hope you enjoy it. ठीक है, thank you so much Sanjit. ठीक है, Akhilesh Yadav ji, can we see you?
Yes.
अच्छा, can we get your introduction please ma'am?
Yes. My name is Navish Dukka. I'm from 8th class and biology.
I'm sorry, I didn't get your name.
Mahvish Dukka.
Which tutor? Sorry.
Mahvish.
अच्छा,
Yes,
Mahvish.
Mahvish Dukka.
Mahvish, what's your favorite subject in school?
Biology,
Biology. That's an interesting one.
maths.
ठीक है. What do you know about Akhilesh Yadav?
He is from Samajwadi Party and what can I say?
Can you tell me something about Samajwadi Party? आपकी जो मतलब समाजवादी पार्टी
Like Samajwadi Party was first founded by doctor, sorry, not doctor, his father, I don't remember his name, I like Maulana, like something was there, and he is the son of the main member who founded the Samajwadi Party, Akhilesh Yadav, and he is now the president of that party. He's been elected the president of the Samajwadi Party, Akhilesh Yadav.
बहुत अच्छे. तो मतलब समाजवादी पार्टी as the name suggests is more of a people's party.
Yes.
कि जो अभी मोस्टली नॉर्थ इंडिया में यूपी बिहार साइड समाजवादी पार्टी पब्लिक का जो भी प्रॉब्लम है वो आगे लेने का ट्राई करती है. जो लेबरर्स का प्रॉब्लम है उनको आगे लाने का ट्राई करती है. और मतलब ये भी जो मतलब पब्लिक सेक्टर है, जैसे रेलवे ले लें, जैसे इंडस्ट्री ले लें, इसमें समाजवादी पार्टी बहुत ज्यादा काम करती है. तो अखिलेश यादव जी बहुत ही मतलब चुलबुले पर्सनालिटी है उसमें, और इंडियन पॉलिटिक्स में भी बहुत बड़ा नाम है उनका. तो when tomorrow you find out more about Akhilesh Yadav, I'm sure you'll enjoy it, and let me know what you think of him. ठीक है, but it's great to see you Mahvish, and yeah, thank you so much. अभी हम मनोज झा को ले लेते हैं.
Sir, my name is Shubham Malviya.
Shivam. Hi Shivam.
Hello, sir. So my favorite subjects are math, science.
All right. What do you know about Manoj Jha?
Manoj Kumar Jha was a professor. He was a professor before joining the party.
And what do you know about Janata Dal?
Rashtriya Janata Dal. It was founded by Lalu Prasad Yadav.
All. So, can you tell me about anything which you understand by Janata Dal and Janata Dal's work?
So it is a socialist party.
Fair enough. तो मतलब बराबर बोला कि सोशलिस्ट पार्टी है जनता दल, और जनता दल भी ऑपोजिशन का पार्ट है. ठीक है, ऑपोजिशन मतलब इंडिया में 2 फ्रंट है, ये समझ लो. फ्रंट मतलब ग्रुप ऑफ पार्टीज. एक है नेशनल डेमोक्रेटिक अलायंस जो अभी पावर में है. नेशनल डेमोक्रेटिक अलायंस इज बीजेपी एंड फ्रेंड्स, समझ गए. एंड देन देयर इज यूनाइटेड प्रोग्रेसिव अलायंस, ऑलराइट, व्हिच इज कांग्रेस एंड फ्रेंड्स, जो 2013 के पहले पावर में था. तो जनता दल इज मोर और लेस एन ऑपोजिशन पार्टी, एंड मनोज झा इज अ वेरी nurtured, and he is a very skilled individual who has worked in the political sector for quite long, who has worked with the government for quite long, and he knows how to go on about his business very efficaciously. तो उनके जो writings है कभी टाइम मिले तो आप पढ़ लेना, आपको जरूर मजा आएगा उसमें. Also,
Yes,
I
sir.
love the fact that you have northern lights in your background, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, sir.
Do you want to ever visit any part of the northern lights? Yes. Have you ever like looked into it? Where would you like to go?
Yes,
अरे chill मार यार शिवा. Why you so
Shubham.
Shivam,
Shubham.
right? Yeah.
Yes.
Is it northern lights, right?
Yeah.
All right. No worries, Shiva. Thank you so much for your time. Uh, Next up, we will take Sanat Sinha.
Yes, I'm Shalin from class 7th B. Actually, the Shannon Sinha is the part of a NCPCR member. Actually, NCPCR is a body that works on the child rights. The full form of NCPCR is the National Commission for Protection of Child Rights. The main objective of NCPCR is to protect and promote the child rights in India, including the United Nations. So, Sanant Sinha is a part of that committee that helps to promote the child rights in India as well as in other countries.
Okay, okay, Shalin, got it. Shalin, I remember you from Wednesday. You're in 7th, right?
Yes.
Acha. So, most probably you are going to be in Komal's committee, that is AISM. This is AIPPM.
But
So, एक बार आप confirm कर लो.
I was assigned in room number 8.
अच्छा, एक बार कंफर्म कर लो आप, क्योंकि इधर सब पॉलिटिशियंस है, तो हम लोग पुलिस रिफॉर्म डिस्कस करने वाले हैं. तो न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी इतना डिस्कस नहीं होने वाला है इधर. तो इफ यू वांट टू वॉच एंड ट्यून इनटू दिस कॉन्वर्सेशन फील फ्री, बट एक बार आप मेन रूम में जाके कंफर्म कर लो, रूम 7 में चले जाना. ठीक है, ठीक है. अगर उधर मतलब मजा नहीं आ रहा तो कभी भी इधर आ जाना. ठीक है शालिन. आप अपने जूम में लीव रूम का ऑप्शन है ना, उधर जाइए और मेन रूम में जाइए. मेन रूम में अनम्यूट कीजिए और कोई भी आपको हेल्प कर देगा. ठीक है, ठीक है. ऑल द बेस्ट शालिन. ठीक है. अभी बालकृष्ण पांडे जी, आप प्रेस से हो. ठीक है. वी विल नेक्स्ट हैव कल्याण बैनर्जी और शरद पवार को हम लास्ट में लेंगे. ठीक है. कल्याण
Sir,
बैनर्जी.
my name is Vian Pudke. I'm from 8B, and my favorite subjects are history, physics, and English. And I'm representing for Kalyan Banerjee. All I know about Kalyan Banerjee is that he is also not only the member of Trinamool Party, he is also a member of Lok Sabha. He has also won 2019 All India's general elections, and that only much I know about him. And about the Trinamool Party is that the Trinamool Party is made by Mamata Banerjee. And if it comes to Bengal or East India, Trinamool Party is very strong there. It has very high votes.
Perfect, perfect. I didn't quite get your first name. It is VR Fudke. What is it?
Vihan Pudke.
Vihan. Acha. Thank you so much, Vihan. Lovely. I'm glad that you are aware of it. And hopefully you will also find out more about Kalyan Banerjee and see if you personally agree with his thoughts and the Trinamool Party's thoughts. Okay. Last but not the least, we will have the one and only Sharad Pawar.
Hello, sir. My name is Shaurya Rokde.
Hi, Shaurya.
And my favorite subject is geography. And I don't know much about Sharad Pawar, but yes.
कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं. शरद पवार का आपने नाम तो सुना होगा न्यूज में, मतलब पेरेंट्स बात कर रहे हैं उधर. तो क्या सुना है आपने, कुछ भी? आपको क्या लगता है क्या करते हैं शरद पवार? कोई आइडिया है? कोई भी किसी और को आइडिया है? कोई भी स्टूडेंट को शरद पवार के बारे में कोई बता सकते हैं मुझे? कल्याण बैनर्जी और अखिलेश यादव, अगर आप अपना वीडियो पूरा टाइम ऑन रख सके तो बहुत अच्छा रहेगा, ताकि मैं भी आपको देख पाऊँ पूरे टाइम. और एक छोटा सा रिक्वेस्ट है. गुड स्ट्रॉन्ग होल्ड इन महाराष्ट्र. ठीक है. तो Sharad Pawar is one of the most notable personalities in India since several years. ठीक है, मतलब उसको पार्टी का भी नाम नहीं चाहिए। शरद पवार मतलब सेलिब्रिटी जैसा नाम है। तो शरद पवार को अभी प्रेसिडेंटशिप के लिए भी वो लड़ने वाले थे। अभी हमारे प्रेसिडेंट कौन है, कोई मुझे बोल सकता है? हाँ, द्रौपदी मुर्मू। ऑलराइट, और वो है हमारे एनडीए फ्रंट से। एनडीए जो से मैंने बोला था, बीजेपी लेड फ्रंट, बीजेपी एंड फ्रेंड्स। ठीक है, तो ऑपोजिशन की तरफ से शरद पवार भी आने वाले थे एज प्रेसिडेंट। तो वो प्रेसिडेंट के लिए लड़ते द्रौपदी मुर्मू से, पर उन्होंने मना कर दिया। इतना ज्यादा रिस्पेक्ट है शरद पवार के लिए इंडिया में कि उनको सामने से बोला गया कि आप हमारे लीडर हो, आप प्रेसिडेंट की तरह लड़ो। जो नेशनलिस्ट कांग्रेस पार्टी है, वो महाराष्ट्र में एक कांग्रेस का ही विंग था इनिशियली, और अभी एक बड़ा पार्टी बन गया है। तो हमारी जो उद्धव ठाकरे जी की सरकार थी महाराष्ट्र में, उसमें भी शरद पवार का बड़ा हाथ था, क्योंकि वो जो बीजेपी के साथ अलायंस था शिवसेना का, वो थोड़ा टूट गया था 5 साल पहले, 4-5 साल पहले। और जब इलेक्शन हुए 2019 में, तभी शरद पवार की पार्टी एनसीपी, कांग्रेस और शिवसेना का अलायंस हुआ, और तभी उद्धव ठाकरे पावर में आए। इसलिए शरद पवार जो है पॉलिटिक्स में बहुत ज्यादा ही इन्वॉल्व रहे हैं, और बहुत अच्छी चीजें बोली गई उनके बारे में, खराब चीजें भी बोली गई है। पर उनका जो पावर है स्पेशली महाराष्ट्र और मुंबई में, वैसा पावर किसी के पास नहीं है। वैसा पावर, मतलब अगर एक ही नाम बोल सकता हूँ जिस जो दिमाग में आता है, वो है बाला साहेब ठाकरे। उसके बाद शरद पवार ही ऐसा आदमी है जिसके पास इतना पावर और इतना रिस्पेक्ट अच्छी वे में और बुरी वे में भी आया गया है। तो फिर जरूर आप अगर डिस्कस करोगे पेरेंट्स से या टीचर से या कहीं पे भी, आप नोटिस करोगे ये जो आपको शरद पवार से कॉन्वर्सेशन में बोलोगे, आपकी कॉन्वर्सेशन एंटरटेनिंग जरूर हो जाएगी। तो यू कैन कीप दैट इन माइंड बेरिंग फॉरवर्ड। तो या ऑन दैट नोट अगेन, कल्याण बैनर्जी, अखिलेश यादव, एक और रिक्वेस्ट, वीडियो ऑन रखो पूरा टाइम। ठीक है, हम लोग जल्दी खत्म कर देंगे, कोई टेंशन नहीं है। ठीक है, लास्ट बट नॉट लीस्ट वील हैव टीशा's इंट्रोडक्शन।
Hello everyone. You can unmute yourself.
Hello, ma'am.
Okay.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, I'm your deputy moderator for today, and I am studying in Gandhi College of Law, and I'm just a first year student here, and this is my first time I'm chairing any committee. So it's lovely to see you all here, and I'm happy that you all joined. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I think also you're from a press member, Balkrishna Pandey. If we could see you.
Am I audible? Right, so I'm Balkrishna Pandey. I'm a student of the Government Law College, and this is actually my first time that I'm attending a youth parliament session as a member of the press. About my favorite subjects, I think it's contracts law for now, but it might change since there's thoughts and all as well coming up. Not completely sure about my subjects yet.
Right, I didn't quite get your name.
Balkrishna Pandey.
All right, Balkrishna. So you're in the first year or
First year.
3-year course of
Yes. Second sem.
Of the 3-year course or 5-year course?
5-year course.
5-year course, right? So I think you will end up enjoying contracts. It's really good to see you all dressed up out here, and hopefully children will appease you as well. All right. So yeah, so we can think like good citizens, and we can actually understand what we are up to, not only as a country, but not only as a group of people, but also as individuals. क्योंकि एंड में आपको लगता है कि ठीक है हमारी लाइफ हमारे रूल्स, but then you realize we are so much more restricted in what we can do, in what we think, in what you think a good society should be. And the crux of a good society out here starts with having civics, all right? And by civics, we mean by having everyone civilized, all right? In simple words, as your textbook language would say, we call that public order, right? That's why the concept of manners comes into play. That's why the concept of behavior comes into play. Everyone in school is after your behavior. Everyone in school is like you have to follow XYZ rules, ABC rules, right? Take that a notch further, all right? This public order, all right, in more advanced terms, is enforced by law enforcement. And what is law enforcement? In simple words, police. So police, all right, works for the betterment of us, all right, but it's not nothing but a part of the government, all right. So that basically that nexus means that a police officer, an individual associated with police, is a public servant, all right. So in very simple words, I've explained to you what a public servant is, all right. And why is that important for you to know? Because that is a part and parcel of your daily life, all right. Every time you watch TV, every time you study any subject, each and every law, each and every regulation which it is subjected to ensure that we are not living in a purge, is ensured by police, is ensured by law enforcement agency. And like everything else, police is not perfect. And when something is not perfect, we always want to improve it and reform it. All right. We want to go and in-depth analyze how does it work and what we can do to increase its efficiency, to increase its output towards society. So now, what I want you to do with this very background, I know it might sound a bit primitive, it might sound a bit basic. I want you to keep your portfolios aside. Just address me as students. All right. Everyone knows your portfolios. All right. Tell me one thing. All right. When you hear police, all right, what are the first things you hear? All right. Just everyone unmute, and whoever wishes to speak, all 7 of you can speak at any time. All right. When you hear police, what do you think?
Crime solvers.
Crime solvers. Great.
Maintaining peace.
Maintaining peace.
Maintaining law and order.
They protect us from other.
Protect us from?
Maintaining law and order.
Maintaining law and order. Shivam says. Navish?
Protect us.
To protect us. All right. Sorry? Sure, Pawak. If you could come closer to the mic and speak. या फिर chat box पे लिख देना जो भी है, ठीक है? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. So you have given me great pointers to what to
Sir.
think of police. Sorry?
So it is divided into state and central forces.
All right, great, great. So yeah. So these are the initial impressions of police, let's just say. All right. And now, Maua Murder, what was your name again? I'm so sorry.
Sanjit.
Sanjit, right? So Sanjit tells us that they're crime solvers. All right. So would you think that something like a CID, all right, let's just say if it's a body like the CID, which
CBI.
is on TV, or CBI, Enforcement Directorate, are they a part of police? What do you all think?
Yes.
No.
Yes, sir.
Are
Maybe.
detectives a part of police? Private detectives a part of police?
No, sir.
No.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Do you think that there are detective agencies in India?
Yes.
Yes,
Can
sir.
you name one?
Yes.
All right. So there are none. All right. So the thing with police is, all of you have said the right thing. All right. To maintain law and order, to maintain peace. All right. To ensure that, there is protection of citizens. All right. But this is all what we see and all what the media and all what education has portrayed the role of police to us. Actually, all right, as a lawyer, the police's role is very limited. A police is nothing but one kind of a public servant, all right, who has to do the functions of law enforcement. The police does not make the law, all right. The police does not even execute the law. All what police has to deal with is
Maintains the law.
not even maintain the law. All right, it is the government's responsibility, the citizenry's responsibility together to maintain the law. All right, several other bodies work on that. All what police has to do is start and end with crime. All right, to reduce crimes and crimes only. If there are no crimes, that does not mean that we'll have a good society. All right, if there are no crimes, that does not mean that we'll be living in a rejuvenated world. All right, in many places, if you go out and are physically violent to someone, it may not be considered a crime. In many places, if you openly abuse someone, it may not be considered a crime, but that is not a mark of a good and civilized society. End of the day, police is only restricted not to protect the citizens, but to what its duties are. And its duties are nothing but curbing the crime, controlling the crime, all right? Putting the one responsible for the crime behind bars and executing them. All right, so when you hear of police, when you deal with police in TV shows, etc., even when you watch some wild representations like Singham and Dabang, all right, remember in the very first place, police are very limited. All right, police are only doing what they are told to do and what they are supposed to do. All right, they are not there to intimidate citizens. They are not there to scare citizens. All right, they are just there to apprehend citizens of crimes. They are just there to assist citizens with crimes, and they are just there to enforce the citizens towards the repercussions of crimes. All right, everyone on the same page with me? Amal Patnaik ji.
So basically, according to me, what I understood is that the legislature makes the law, the executive implements the law, and the judiciary is responsible for punishing the people. So basically, the police are the persons, and the people who who stop the people to do the crime, and the judiciary, if they do the crime, after the warning, the judiciary punish them.
Acha. You are partly right. All right, you are partly right. Your name was again?
Arav.
Arav. All right, Arav, excellent, but you are partly right. So understand one thing. You all have all learned about executive, legislation, and judiciary. All right. Police comes under executive only. All right. And I'll tell you the link of it with judiciary. All right. The judiciary is nothing but courts in simple language. All right. And it is not the judiciary, all right, who will, all right, go and put people behind bars. All right. Like technically, that's not the right thing to say. Why is that? Because if I'm a judge, all right, I just can't go like, okay, like when I was in 8th grade, he threw a desk at me, so I'm going to put him behind bars, all right? Or if I get any individual's case, that is when the judiciary can see if he has actually committed theft and then put him behind bars. You understand what I mean?
Yes,
all
sir.
right. So here, the police's role is limited only to in most cases, all right, 95% of the cases, criminal law only. We are not concerned with civil law. We are not concerned with even constitution and constitutional law. Only criminal law. Okay? So judiciary is just the courts. Police comes under executive. Executive is nothing but the government. All right. Government's law enforcement wing is nothing but the police. All right. Now I think you yourself mentioned that it is divided into state and central. So there is something what we call jurisdiction. All right. Now someone mentioned geography is their favorite subject. What do you mean by jurisdiction? In simple words, an area under a government's control. Okay. So that's why police को भी हमें different areas में डालना पड़ेगा which are under government's control. So even when it comes to Mumbai police has a very specific jurisdiction. तो फिर जो crimes मुंबई में commit हुए हैं उसके लिए ही मुंबई पुलिस काम में आ सकती है. And that entire system of police or that entire authority works under the auspices, मतलब works under the command of the Maharashtra state government. All right, and that is where it more or less ends. All right, अभी सेंटर का इसमें ज्यादा रोल नहीं है. मोस्टली इधर पुलिस में स्टेट का ही रोल ज्यादा होता है. तो जैसे कोर्ट में हायरकी होता है, सुप्रीम कोर्ट, हाई कोर्ट एंड गोइंग डाउन टू लोअर कोर्ट्स, पुलिस में ऐसा ज्यादा नहीं होता. तो फिर बहुत ही ज्यादा रेयर केसेस में या फिर इंटर स्टेट जो क्राइम हो रहा है वो केसेस में ऐसा होगा कि सेंट्रल पुलिस एजेंसीज आर मेडलिंग और इंटरफियरिंग विद स्टेट पुलिस एजेंसीज. तो ये समझ लो हमारे स्टेट में jurisdiction से jurisdiction, city to city, there's a hierarchy of police which is followed and it ends with the state police authority. तो जब भी आप कोई crime commit कर रहे हो, all right, you're not committing crime against an individual person. You're not committing crime against the 5 or 10 person you disturbed. You're not committing the crime against the 100 people's families you might have disrupted. You're committing a crime against public order. That is the intention behind the crime. That is why you're committing a crime against the state of Maharashtra itself. इसीलिए, all right, the government's role, the public's role is important in crime. तो अगर मैंने सपोज बोल दिया कि आपने असॉल्ट किया है, असॉल्ट इज अ क्राइम, ठीक है, ठीक है. इफ से आरव असॉल्टेड महविश, ठीक है, तो असॉल्ट का क्राइम हो गया, ठीक है. तो फिर ये क्राइम सिर्फ महविश का अलग नहीं है, ठीक है. वो अलग ले सकते हैं कि ठीक है मुझे असॉल्ट कर दिया, मुझे पैसा दो, ऑलराइट, गिव मी माय कॉम्पेंसेशन. बट ऑलराइट, सिंस दिस इज inflicting injury onto others, ऐसा this is one example where everyone around you will get influenced. कि अगर सब लोग अगर ऐसा assault करने लगे, that is not good. So that is a crime against the state itself. कि भाई मतलब ये ऐसा आपने गुनाह कर दिया है कि जो state है, जो हमारी पूरी government है, that need to be mindful about it. That's why whenever you commit a crime against the state. इसलिए the police is nothing but an instrumentality of the state of Maharashtra. Cool? All right. So more or less when you will talk about police, you will talk about it in the context of Maharashtra in your general affairs. But when as politicians at the national level, you are discussing about police reforms, all right, you will do it by the schemes which the government gives to the police. Get my point? As politicians, what is your role? You are a member of the parliament. Now, what the parliament does is the parliament will interpret law and the parliament will enact the law. Now, what does this law do? The law is there to assist the police. The law is there to give a Bible to the police, to give a Gita to the police. This is what you should do. And law also applies to police.
A rule book.
Yeah, something like a rule book. All right. This is how the police should go on about this endeavor. This is how the police should handle such situations. This is what we think the police should do. All right. And ऐसे ही करके, all the states can take cognizance of it. By that I mean all the states can listen to whatever we are saying, and then they can implement such schemes and implement such provisions. So that is the idea which we seek to undertake here. Is that what can we do? What schemes can we introduce, or what schemes can we look at and discuss to make the working of police better? क्योंकि इंडिया में पेपर पे हर जगह है, और लिखा सब कुछ है, बोला सब कुछ गया है, करने में प्रॉब्लम है पुलिस के लिए, ठीक है. So that is what we are trying to discuss here. All right, so I'm just preparing you for tomorrow and giving you a little edge which your peers won't have. All right, and trying to just clarify your basics, because you hear about police all the time, you see about police all the time, but police which you have in your head versus the police which is actually there is completely different. All right, so now I want you all to tell me any order. All right, and again, all right, we are noticing everything you say, so please do participate. All right, in any order, what do you think are the problems with police in India?
So can I say?
Yeah.
Corruptions, bribery.
Corruption, bribery, great. Anyone else?
Cyber crimes.
So I have one more.
We'll hear from Avish first.
Communal violence.
Violence.
So understaffing.
Understanding what?
No, understaffing.
Understaffed police. Okay. Anyone else?
Not well trained police.
Not well trained police. Okay. Cameras on, guys. Cameras on.
Being proud and showing attitude.
Being proud and showing attitude. Okay. Interesting takes.
Poor resources for police department.
Poor resources for police departments.
Wrong police judging like due to the race or caste system, because sometimes they arrest due to judging their race or caste.
So we'll call it discrimination.
Sir.
Internal discrimination, we'll call it.
Discrimination happens. Like
internal discrimination.
So relationship between police and the public.
Can you elaborate on that?
So some laws that are made by the government are not always followed by the public, and some agree to it, some disagree to it.
Can I elaborate on that particular topic which just Sanjit said, the communication between the police and this public?
I think what Mohammed are trying to say is how like the public think of police, and मतलब एक कोई या दो कोई आदमी से जो पुलिस का रिलेशनशिप होता है कि जो भी उसके इंटरनल और पर्सनल रिलेशंस होते हैं वो कैसे बीच में आते हैं. Am I
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir. That's why
ठीक है.
I said example of the government.
So,
ठीक है.
I have one more example. For example, if I know the police very well, okay, and I'm in jail, so the contacts which I have made with the police, so that they come faster and I do not get the the punishment for the wrong things I have done, and I get out of the that particular punishment.
That's
ठीक है.
also a kind of corruption.
Corruption. Great.
Yeah,
Amazing.
and also
All right.
should be
So
a-
you all have given me these problems. Okay. Now I want you to tell me. We will discuss each of these problems turn by turn. Okay. And we will take the discussion to a next level, and we'll go very technical then. And you'll understand a lot, which you can use it in your future debates, future conversations. Okay. So tell me one of the, and that's the only thing we'll do today. Give me one of these problems which you want to discuss. You told me so many problems. Give me one of these problems which you think is the worst in the police system. We'll hear from Kalyan Banerjee first.
Corruption.
Kalyan Banerjee says corruption, right?
Total control from the government.
Total control of the government. Government has total control of police, not police has total control of government.
The police should be unbiased, because if some politician
Bias.
stop
Bias.
government, if the politician does some crimes against the state law, then if they are biased for the government, then the government will tell that do not arrest the politician. So the police should be unbiased, so that if that no matter what, either powerful or unpowerful people, they can arrest people who are against the law.
Yeah.
So according to me, that very much applies this work does the ED, Enforcement Department.
Enforcement Directorate, yes.
Directorate.
So yeah, मतलब a very good point brought forward by Kalyan Banerjee is basically मतलब लोगों के पास power होता है, leverage होता है. मतलब in informal language we call it pull. कि भाई मतलब
left
मुंबई
hand,
में
right hand.
ये बड़ा आदमी है, इसके हिसाब से सब चलेगा. ऑलराइट, मेरे पापा का ये कॉन्टैक्ट है, ऑलराइट, इसके इफ आई मे से बाप का ये कॉन्टैक्ट है, तो फिर मतलब कुछ नहीं होगा, संभाल लेंगे हम लोग.
टाइप ऑफ करप्शन ओनली.
हाँ, टाइप ऑफ करप्शन ओनली, बट अ पावर गेम. ऑलराइट, मतलब बेसिकली सीक्रेट गेम्स. ठीक है. So yeah, मतलब great. So do you want to discuss corruption? Like give us one problem which we can discuss, and that's all we'll discuss.
Police infrastructure.
Infrastructure makes sense. Good thing. All right. So yeah, you all have identified problems. See, in just like what, 2 minutes, you all have identified so many problems. All right, which are wrong with the police. Now we will take one problem. All right, and see how that problem actually develops and research on that and go further. All right. So now you all need to discuss amongst yourself and convince each other that which problem is more great. All right. Why is it more great and why we should discuss it. All right. I will stop speaking and I will speak very limited. I'll give you all 2 minutes, discuss with each other and come up with one problem in one statement, which you think is the most grave and why we should discuss it first. Cool. Okay. All right, your time starts now. All right, and I want to see all of your cameras on in this.
Okay, sir.
Go for it, chalo. Convince each other.
So according to me, the Vihan's point was very great that the bias should not be there in this state or in this country, in this world. Anyone else?
Yeah, I also support this point. And also poor infrastructure also should be treated, because India is poor, mostly in villages, and village and police station villages are not in really in good condition, and it's increasing now in years and years.
I think we should discuss police vacancies for jobs and something.
So
But that will be not, according to me, Mohammed Tura, that will be not type of a corruption. The vacancy jobs is like a biased power only, like I have the power and I want that vacancy and there is the post.
poor infrastructure is also most important, because if there is no good infrastructure, then police cannot work well, and if police cannot work well, then crimes will increase. And India is mostly in villages, so their police stations are not in a good condition.
before all that, there should be a main thing like the, you know, the training of the police, where the police is trained properly. Before that, if you do that, I guess there will be motivation for the police people not to take corruptions or something. But so there should be a place where, you know, the police training is completed perfectly with no exceptions.
Look, Akhilesh Yadav, I want to add a point on this. It does not depend on the training. How much ever great training I give to anyone, I am great to this. The point. I'm great to the point. Okay. So for example, you as you said that the training should be there so that the corruption will not increase.
No,
And
not that.
if I train my students or my competitors or whoever students or whoever it is, I train my level best to them. But it then also it depends on their humanity or what they think they have to do the corruption or they do not have to do.
Then after that, if they don't like whatever you said about humanity and all, if they don't listen to you, or if they are going out of the control of the laws, so you should take some strict actions against them.
Amar Patnaik, I have I actually
All right.
support.
I think we have had 2 minutes, and thank you so much. It was a very healthy discussion. Sharad Pawar,
Sir-
next time आप भी participate करना. All right.
So can I add one more point?
I'll let you add. All right, just after this one particular moment.
Okay, sir.
So, like, you had a very basic discussion, right? I want you to do the same thing tomorrow, all right? But tell me why. All right, you've told that, all right, this is a big problem, this is a big problem, and this is what the problem is existing. Tell me why is it such a big problem? Give me data, all right? Give me examples, give me research on that, all right? And that's how you will go on about it. You all understand it and you can spot it. All right, so some very good issues which are pointed out, all right, if I may, all right, the structure of police, all right, the structure would include everything, vacancy, all right, recruitment of police, all right, then the conduct of police. By conduct, how do we mean if they are sensitive, all right, how do they
Code
handle
of
their
conduct.
power, all right, interpersonal relationships of police, all right, that would handle how they have, how they handle their personal lives or their personal connections outside, and if they have any influence on the due process of law. Apart from that, we discuss first and foremost corruption, all right, which is nothing but bureaucratic ties of the police, wherein elements of discrimination are prevalent vis-a-vis the governmental scheme. All right, so this is what we've understood. All right, so from your discussion, you all couldn't reach a proper, like, middle ground as to what we should discuss first, because everything is important, right? Even infrastructure is a big problem. All right, ensuring that adequate resources are provided to the police machinery also happens to be a big concern. So what do you think as politicians, तुम लोग को पब्लिक ये सब बोल रही है कि ये सब इशू है, ऑलराइट, आपको कुछ करना ही पड़ेगा, ऑलराइट, तो फिर आप कौन सा पहले लोगे? अभी आप जो भी होगा डिस्कशन, ऑलराइट, जो भी आपको सॉल्यूशन करना है, स्टार्ट्स विद डिस्कशन, राइट? तो अभी डिस्कशन में भी पहला डिस्कस कौन सा करें? ठीक है, so from your discussion it comes across that you want to discuss corruption first, but I'll give you 1 more minute to come to a consensus कि ये जो भी प्रॉब्लम है उसमें से आपका प्रपोजल पहले डिस्कस क्यों होना चाहिए. All right, you have 1 minute. All right, we will start with Noah Maitra. Just a moment, since he was speaking previously. और फिर हर एक जन एक बार बोल देना. All right, and then we will see कि what proposal is coming forward to discuss first. ठीक है, क्योंकि मैं तो सिर्फ मॉडरेटर हूँ, मैं नहीं बोल सकता आपको क्या डिस्कस करें, आपको ही बोलना पड़ेगा. ठीक है, cool, let's start.
I actually support Akhilesh Yadav's point of training the police well, because when police are trained, they also go through psychological training, whereas when means the police which are not trained and not very good at handling crime and corruptions and everything, whereas a well-trained police can handle corruption and crime easily.
All right, great.
In many points we have seen, so can I talk?
See,
in many points that we have seen that the police are they are made police without the training of they have just given the main, the main handler of the this police training session, they have corrupted them and made their son or daughter or anyone the policeman or woman for that. So they don't get the proper training, they don't know how to solve crimes and all. So that should be one thing, that they should not be corrupted. There are two main things in this, that there should be proper training and not corrupted, so that the police departments go smoothly.
Perfect, perfect. All right. Anyone else? Kalyan Banerjee,
According to
Amar
me,
Patnaik?
the corruption should be, according to me, I know I'm forcing on corruption very much, but the corruption is the main thing which is going on not only this country, not only the state, in the world. The corrupted people are more than the civilized people and all that. So corruption should be firstly removed from this country, so that the training could happen very better, in a very better way. If corruption would be removed, the training person will not get the corrupted money or whatever it is, and then they can get the good training or whatever the points are given.
Great, great, great. So
So I
from
have
what
a
I
point.
understand, you're from Kalyan Banerjee, and then I'll address you.
So the corruption actually is increasing in India. India is now a big hub for corruption, and in rank, I think so India is a bit higher. To stop this corruption, whatever in politics or police, they have to give a heavy training for them, so that the corruption could get off easier, and India could be a safest place for people to live.
All right, great. So we have somewhat two topics emerging. One, training and competence of police personnel, and B, the prevalence of corruption and rampant bureaucracy. ठीक है, ये दो टॉपिक्स आ रहे हैं, ठीक है, एंड आपने इनका लिंक भी अच्छे से एक्सप्लेन किया, ठीक है. सो नाउ ऑलराइट, आई एम कंफ्यूज कि इसमें दोनों में से कौन सा पहला ले, क्योंकि दोनों इंपॉर्टेंट
Sir,
है.
can you tell the topics, please?
ऑलराइट, वन ऑलराइट, ट्रेनिंग एंड कॉम्पिटेंस ऑफ पुलिस, एकदम सिंपल लैंग्वेज में, ठीक है. कॉम्पिटेंस मतलब एबिलिटी ऑफ पुलिस, ठीक है.
Yes, sir.
ऑलराइट, और हाउ वेल दे अंडरस्टैंड देयर जॉब. सेकंड इज करप्शन एंड ब्यूरोक्रेसी. व्हाट इज ब्यूरोक्रेसी? गवर्नमेंट इन्फ्लुएंस, ऑलराइट, पार्टी वालों का इन्फ्लुएंस, पॉलिटिकल इन्फ्लुएंस, ऑलराइट, मीडिया का इन्फ्लुएंस, ऑलराइट,
Sir, can I
ब्यूरोक्रेसी.
say a point?
No, no. So I'm not looking for points. I
No,
just
no.
want you to convince others ki why you should discuss first. Abhi everyone has spoken once, so I can't allow you to go again. ठीक है?
Okay, sir.
अरे guys, camera on रखो यार, मुझे अच्छा नहीं लगता. नहीं कर. All right, so yeah. Where did Kalyan manage it? Kalyan manages right here. Okay. So, what I think you all should discuss is we can discuss both. ठीक है? एक आज के लिए रखते हैं और एक कल सुबह के लिए रखते हैं. ठीक है? तो अभी ऑलराइट, लेट अस स्टार्ट विद लाइक द रादर इजियर टॉपिक. करप्शन थोड़ा बड़ा है. ऑलराइट, वी विल स्टार्ट, ऑलराइट, एंड वी विल एंड इट इन 20 मिनट्स एग्जैक्ट. ठीक है? तो फिर हम लोग 5:50 तक वी विल एंड दिस. ऑलराइट, 5:50 तक, एंड लाइक यू विल बी कंप्लीटली फ्री एंड यू कैन गो ऑन एंड एंजॉय योर सैटरडे.
So after that, there will be not that 7:31 class.
नो नो नो, तब खत्म हो जाएगा. इसलिए मैं बोल रहा हूँ, ऑलराइट, जस्ट feel free, all right, like, you know, let go of your computer screens, let go of your phones, and just listen to me. All right, so we will be done by 5:50, and then I'll give you instructions for tomorrow. Okay, so we will discuss about the training and competence of police, and you just have to give me your personal opinions. All right, what we will do tomorrow is, all right, you won't be giving me your personal opinions but your party's opinions. Okay, on corruption. Okay, right now we are just having a discussion. All right, so training and competence, all right, we will discuss. All right, so from your personal opinion, all right, I want you to start. Tell me, all right, why like anything which we can do to ensure that the training of police is better and that police go on about better when it comes to their endeavors. All right, if anyone has any research or any
Sir,
point,
can I?
you can go forward. We will go in the reverse order this time. All right, we will take first Dr. Patnaik, followed by Kalyan Banerjee, followed by Mahua Motra, followed by Akhilesh Yadav. ठीक है? And then we'll also hear from Balkrishna. All right, if you want
Can
to
you
add some
repeat?
points.
Can you repeat?
We will take you first, Dr. Patnaik. ठीक है? Then we will take or Abhi guys, if you want, you can also rename it to your real names. It's fine. ठीक है? Then we will take Kalyan Banerjee. All right. Then we will take
No,
Akhilesh.
before that, you said the points. Can you say, because my internet.
I'll repeat that. पहले ही order note down कर लो. All right. अमर पटनायक लेंगे, फिर कल्याण बैनर्जी को लेंगे, ठीक है, फिर अखिलेश यादव को लेंगे, फिर महुआ मोटरा को लेंगे और फिर शरद पवार आप भी बोलेंगे, ठीक है?
So what was the question, sir?
Question is, all right, what do you think we can do to ensure better training, all right, or better skills in police officers?
Okay.
Cool.
Okay, sir.
All right, we will start. और सब लोग 30 सेकंड बोल लो, ज्यादा मत बोलना और एक दूसरे के बाद एक करो, ठीक है? We
Can
will
we have
start
1
with.
minute time to little bit?
हाँ ठीक है, मतलब कोई आपको इंटरप्ट नहीं करेगा, मैं बस इशारा कर दूंगा इधर, मतलब कंक्लूड कर दो, ठीक है? हम सब इधर रिस्पेक्टफुल है तो फिर कोई इधर इंटरप्ट नहीं करेगा, पर ज्यादा भी मत बोल लेना, ठीक है? ठीक है? Cool. We'll just give me 30 seconds. We'll start with Dr. Patnaik. ठीक है? All right? 1 मिनट, ठीक है? All right. Dr. Patnaik, वीडियो ऑन कर दो आपका and then let's begin. Dr. Patnaik?
Okay, yeah, and then
Yeah, just turn on your camera. Also, where did Shivam go? I think he was there, right, in the meeting.
yeah, he left the meeting.
If anyone knows him, just ask him to be back because he was doing well, and like, I don't know. So if you can just have him because it's just half an hour.
Okay.
Cool.
So can I
If
start?
anyone knows him, just drop him a text. Okay? Yes. So sorry, I missed your name again.
Arav.
You are Arav, right? All right,
Yes.
great. And all right, Arav, let's go.
So I'll start. Okay. So the question was that what are the points to ensure the what are the points that to ensure better training skills in police training, right? Okay. So according to me, firstly, the trainer who is there, who is training the police officers or the pre-police officers, that person should be at very high post or a retired from a high post, so that he is also well trained. Firstly, to train the police officers, and the people who are getting selected to be trained as police officer, their physical fitness, critical thinking, sound judgment, and all that should be strong, and the strong mentality to face a situation, a very big situation or very dramatic situation when it comes, because public is the people who when police tell something, they have a back answer to reply to the police or any reason to the to tell to the police. So yeah, the firstly the uh, uh, firstly the this
Got
okay,
it. Got
this
it.
was my bad.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Very good points raised by Arav. All right. If anyone has any question to Arav on what he just said. All right. So I have a question to Arav and everybody. Arav mentioned about police positions. All right. Can someone tell me what is a police officer in the very first place? Who is a police officer? By the word officer, what do you understand?
So a police officer is someone who knows the laws or the rules of the, of its.
So
All right.
according to me,
Police officer is someone who knows its duties properly and knows how to think about difficult situations and help people.
ठीक है समझ में आ गया. अभी अंडरस्टैंड दिस. ऑलराइट, अभी मैं ये थोड़े वर्ड्स आपको दे रहा हूँ. आपको क्या लग रहा है कि कौन ऊपर होगा कौन नीचे होगा? ठीक है. देयर इज कमिश्नर, पुलिस कमिश्नर. देयर इज पुलिस इंस्पेक्टर. देयर इज इंस्पेक्टिंग ऑफिसर. ऑलराइट, देन देयर इज कांस्टेबल. ऑलराइट, नाउ टेल मी ट्रू और फॉल्स.
Sir, can you repeat?
ऑलराइट, देयर इज कमिश्नर.
Okay.
देयर इज सुपरिटेंडेंट. ठीक है. देयर इज इंस्पेक्टर. There is inspecting officer and there is constable.
Sir, can I say?
All of these are police officers?
Yes.
Yes. Anyone disagrees? Anyone thinks no?
So can I say the highest position?
Yes, yes.
Senior superintendent of police.
Senior superintendent. ठीक है. All right. So fair. All right. Who do you think when you go to the police station? Whom do you think you see?
So inspector.
Firstly, no, according to me, the constable, firstly, when we enter the police station, the firstly constable asks what are your problems, and then we go to the inspector to FIR our problem.
Acha, great. All right. So understand this. When you talk about police, all right, and the positions in police, at the end of the day, everyone who's associated, all right, और पुलिस का कैसा कोई खबरी भी शायद कभी कोई काम कर रहा हो, all right, or whoever has
Sources.
been appointed by the government, they are public servants, all right, as I mentioned earlier on. Now that is now relevant now. So everyone is a public servant. Now, out of these people, who can we designate as a police officer? Only these people, all right, superintendent, investigation officer, constable, etc. All right, we cannot have, all right, like say a DCP, all right, we can't call a DCP a police officer. We can't call an ACP a police officer.
Because he has not got the particular post. He is just ACP is just the assistant of a commissioner of police, or DCP is just the deputy commissioner of commissioner of police.
Exactly. There are something called office positions and there are something called ground positions. Okay. And when you talk about training, when you talk about competence of both of them, skill, it includes both of them. All right. So I will tell you something about this competition itself. All right, PCGT. So ये जो organization है PCGT, all right, इसके one of the founders थे Julio Ribeiro. All right, अगर आपने अपने orientation
Can you be a little bit louder?
अच्छा, अभी आवाज आ रहा है मेरा?
हाँ.
तो जूलियो रिबेरो करके हमारे फाउंडर थे पीसीजीटी के, ठीक है, जो आपका पार्लियामेंट ऑर्गेनाइज कर रहे हैं हम लोग, आपकी स्कूल में भी आए थे, ठीक है, और ये बड़ा ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, एनजीओ जैसा ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, ट्रस्ट है, जो गवर्नमेंट को और पब्लिक को जो भी इश्यूज है नेशन में, महाराष्ट्र में, उसके बारे में अवेयरनेस फैलाता है और उसके लिए सजेशंस देते हैं. सर, तो हमारे जो रिबेरो सर थे, एक ही मिनट, वो मतलब he had one of the highest positions in police. All right, जो आपकी स्टडी गाइड में जो पुलिस के रिपोर्ट्स आए हैं, 39 पुलिस रिपोर्ट, नेशनल कमीशन ऑफ पुलिस रिपोर्ट, ऑल राइट, वो उनके टाइम पे आए थे और पुलिस के बहुत सारे रिफॉर्म हुए कि ऐसे क्राइम को ऐसे हैंडल करना है. ऑल राइट, सो इवन पुलिस, ऑल राइट, हैव ट्विन फंक्शंस. उनके जो ऑफिस वाले पोजीशंस होते हैं, द वंस हु होल्ड ऑफिस, जो बॉस होते हैं, एंड दे मेक स्कीम्स, ऑल राइट, and the ones who do police duties, the on-ground ones, inspectors, etc. So for both, you have to ensure that you give measures which apply to their good training, their good recruitment, as well as their good organization. All right. So here we are taking Dr. Patnaik's speech one step further and understanding the police hierarchy. All right. I think, Sanjit, right? Sanjit wants to say something.
Yes, sir. Sir, is PCGT a government or private entity?
It is not a government entity, it is a trust. ठीक है, तो ट्रस्ट को मतलब गवर्नमेंट सपोर्ट होता है कभी कभी, राइट, बट मोस्टली वो प्राइवेटली ही एस्टैब्लिश्ड होते हैं.
The full form of the PCGT is public concern for government trust. So basically,
governance trust, not
governance. Okay, so the public concern which is there, that should be implemented on the government, or that should be or is it that the PCGT?
Basically, जो public issues है, ऑलराइट, जो गवर्नेंस के इश्यूज है कि मतलब हम हमारी पॉलिसी इतना अच्छा कर सकते हैं कि देश में ये सब प्रॉब्लम है, ऑलराइट, जो देश की नेशनल प्रॉब्लम्स है, जो महाराष्ट्र की प्रॉब्लम्स है, उसमें रिफॉर्म्स डालने के लिए, उसको बेहतर करने के लिए कि हम हमारा जो गवर्नेंस है, द वे वी गवर्न इंडिविजुअल्स, आवर सिविल सोसाइटी, हाउ वी कैन मेक बेटर, उसके ही एंडेवर्स के लिए ये ट्रस्ट एस्टैब्लिश किया गया, टू गिव बैक टू द सोसाइटी. Alright, it does not tell government what to do and how to do its job. Alright, it looks at how the governance is happening and tries to help as to this is what are the issues and this is perhaps what we can do as citizens to help it. Okay, that's why, alright, awareness is a big part of it, and awareness by the way of youth parliament also happens to be a big part of it. We will go and become 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, right now you are like 14, but we will never know what police actually is, and we will just go and see what police looks like in the movie, And when police comes to our house, or when police comes to our office, or when police comes to our club, or when we get into lafra or trouble, we'll be in trouble because we don't understand the police roles. That's why something as specific as that, as I don't know, sparing as that is important to understand. All right. So yeah. So we understood the recruitment procedure. All right. So now Dr. Patnaik's speech takes it one step further again and says that individuals who are retired or say have worked in the same position should be responsible for checking them. So इधर मैं आपको एक research point देता हूँ. How do police get recruited in the very first place? All right. There's something called legal services exam. ठीक है. There is something called civil services exam as well. All right. जब मतलब age के हो जाते हो, all right, like when you are in young, like you know, in your 20s, you appear for that exam, and if you pass that exam, then you move on to police training, जो government data. All right. Now, who are the individuals involved in this training? Exactly what Dr. Patnaik said. All right. Retired individuals from the same field or individuals from, like you know, who are working currently in the same field. Okay. So therein, all right, what training do we prescribe to them becomes an important question. So in your future discussions, I want you all to bear that in mind. All right. Now we understood who exactly is police and who exactly is police staff. All right. We understood that there is a particular hierarchy which is to be followed. Now, what do we need to ensure that these people do as individuals? Let's go with that further, and we'll have a next speaker, which is Kalyan Banerjee, right?
Yes, sir.
Great.
Sir, actually, to improve the points to improve the police skills is that although physical exercise is needed for them, but you also have to know about the duties or laws. Without the duties or laws, they will not know what is right or what is wrong. And also, actually, when they finish their training, they are taken interviews, because it's not about physical strength; it's also about mentality strength. Because if there's good mentality strength, they'll know what is the difference between what's right, what's wrong. Or if they because the board cannot actually totally trust them, because if they do not if they only take the training or no interview, then and fully trust on them, then something may go wrong and the police forces are responsible for it. So it is essential to test their mentality skills through interviews, so that they can have totally trust that the police officer can do the right thing or bad thing.
All right, all right. Thank you so much, Kalyan Banerjee. What was your name again? Vihan, sorry?
Vihan,
right? Vihan. All right, I got it right. Okay, Vihan. Anyone has a question to Vihan before I address you all? ये थोड़ा interesting होगा, guys. All right, genuine. All right. Anyone has a question to Vihan on his speech? बहुत कुछ बोला, कुछ किसी को भी कुछ पूछना है? ठीक है.
sir.
So now Vihan raised very, like, you know, basically he suggested an interview, which is a good point. All right, of course. What else did Vihan talk about? All right, because here we need to be good listeners. He talked about how police should be aware of their duties and responsibilities. And if anything goes wrong, police might be held responsible. All right, and XYZ. And it's just not about their physical strength, it's also about their mental capacity. ये तीनों चीजें हम लोग differently देखते हैं. All right, what do you think are the police responsibilities and duties? Where can we find them? Can anyone tell me?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Now Vihan mentioned about police responsibilities and duties. Abhi, how do we know what are police responsibilities and duties? Where can we as public like identify it? किधर है? All right, इतने सारे duties, responsibilities किधर है? मतलब, how do we decide what are police's responsibilities, what are not police's responsibilities? Can anyone tell me?
To me, there should be a book for this.
Book, you're exactly very close. Anyone knows the name of that book?
Constitution.
Sorry?
Constitution.
नहीं, Constitution तो सबको ही मालूम होना चाहिए.
Law.
हर एक public servant. Law.
So can I say?
Law and book, you all are very close. Now research on this further and get to know exactly what I'm talking about. All right, so pay attention to this. This is nothing but, all right, the criminal law procedure. All right, what we call in legal terms, the code of criminal procedure. All right, yeah, I'm talking about CRPC, Balkrishna. All right, so the code of criminal procedure is like this Bible for police. All right, उसमें लिखा है कि भाई तुम लोग के जो भी क्राइम्स है उसको तुम लोग को कैसे कौन से प्रोसीजर से टैकल करना है. ठीक है. So this
What is
will
that
be
book name? Can you repeat?
code, COD, Code of Criminal Procedure. ठीक है, वो हमारा काम है एज लॉयर्स, वो मेरा काम है कि कैसे करना है कैसे नहीं. पर एज सिटीजन तुम लोग का क्या काम है कि पुलिस के जो पावर है, पुलिस की जो रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, पुलिस की जो ड्यूटी है, मतलब नॉर्मल पुलिस की, मैं स्पेशल पुलिस की बात नहीं कर रहा जो स्पेशल काम कर रही है, बहुत सारी ऐसी बुक्स है, बट सबसे बेसिक बुक जिस तरह से सब भी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी आता है वो है कोड ऑफ क्रिमिनल प्रोसीजर. ठीक है, अभी ये सिर्फ पुलिस की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, ड्यूटी और प्रोसीजर देगी. अभी क्राइम कौन सी बुक देगी, कोई ये बता सकते हैं मुझे?
Compoundian of police and duties of responsibilities.
गार्डियन नहीं नहीं
No,
वैसा
no, compoundian.
कंपेंडियम वही है, पर उसको नाम भी दिया है. अरे कोई वो मुझे नाम बोल सकता है? ठीक है, मैं बोलता हूँ. देयर इज सम नोट, टेक अ नोट ऑफ दिस. इंडियन पीनल कोड.
Can you repeat?
That code.
इंडियन पीनल कोड, PENAL. ठीक है, टीशा विल पुट इट इन द चैट बॉक्स. ठीक है, तो इंडियन पीनल कोड. अभी आपने देखा होगा मूवीज में कि ये बोलते हैं धारा 130, धारा 420. 420 सुना है कभी?
Yes, sir.
420 IPC.
Yes, sir.
हाँ, मर्डर कर दिया. IPC इज नथिंग बट इंडियन पीनल कोड. ये बुक में हर एक क्राइम लिखा है. ऑलराइट, मतलब मोस्ट क्राइम लिखे हैं, बाकी क्राइम हर एक लॉ की किताब में लिखे होते हैं, पर इसमें मोस्ट क्राइम्स लिखे होते हैं जो मेन क्राइम्स होते हैं पब्लिक के खिलाफ. ठीक है, अभी मैंने बोलूंगा मैंने आपका मर्डर कर दिया, ऑलराइट, विटनेस बोलेगा नहीं ये मर्डर नहीं था, ये एक्सीडेंट था. ऑलराइट, अभी हमको कैसे मालूम लॉ कैसे देखता है मर्डर को, पुलिस कैसे देखता है क्या मर्डर है, ये
There are
बुक में लिखा है क्या मर्डर है.
basically the sections.
यस एग्जैक्टली, ऑलराइट, वेरी स्मार्ट. ठीक है, so the rights, responsibilities and powers of police arise out of the code of criminal procedure and the knowledge of crimes arises out of IPC. ठीक है, और अभी मैं तो पुलिस हूँ, मैं एडवोकेट नहीं. ठीक है, अभी अगर मैं ये पूरी बुक रट के बैठा होता तो फिर मैं क्यों ऐसा पुलिस की जॉब कर रहा होता, राइट? हम लोग को ऐसा प्रोफेसर पढ़ा रहे होते हैं. तो पुलिस को मतलब नहीं है कि कौन से क्राइम्स है, जो एज अ ह्यूमन बीइंग, एज अ सिटीजन, एज एन अडल्ट, उन लोग को जो अंडरस्टैंडिंग है क्राइम का वो काफी है. और उनकी जो ड्यूटीज है, जो कैसे करना है अरेस्ट, और किसको करना है अरेस्ट, और कौन सा इन्वेस्टिगेशन करना है, कौन सा डॉक्यूमेंट बनाना है, बस उन लोग को वही मालूम होना चाहिए. ठीक है, अभी ये हो गया हमारा पहला पॉइंट. दूसरा पॉइंट कहाँ डाला था? सॉरी, विहान ने था अबाउट सेंसिटिविटी अबाउट पुलिस, नॉट ओनली फिजिकल बट मेंटल. वो हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे. उसके पहले वी विल टेक सॉरी आरव्स क्वेश्चन, राइट?
So I want to add in that Indian Penal Code. So according to me, whatever I said about that, what should be there for the, there was a question in the starting you asked for 1 minute, which you gave time, and we are speaking currently on that. So I want to add that the training and the persons who are giving training to the pre-police students or pre-police officers, they should also know about the Indian Penal Code, so that when they are taking the person in charge into the charge, so if the person asks why are you taking me into the charge or into the jail, so they should tell that this is the Indian Penal Code of 420 IPC for because of which you are taking into custody.
ठीक है, ठीक है. या तो वैसे है प्रोविजंस, मैं आपको बोलूंगा उसके बारे में. ठीक है, मेरे लिए कोई क्वेश्चन तो बोल दे, पर गुड पॉइंट. ऑलराइट, नेक्स्ट, ऑलराइट, आपकी स्पीच में नेक्स्ट बार बोल देना. ठीक है, तो अभी आई टॉक अबाउट दिस एस्पेक्ट फर्स्ट, अबाउट मेंटल एंड फिजिकल this thing, sensitivity. Abhi, what do you understand by alright sensitivity here? Alright, why do police need to be sensitive? Tell me. Give me an example.
Sensible or sensitive?
Sensitive. Alright, what do you understand by police sensitivity? Akhilesh Yadavji?
Sir, so that if someone touches the police, so that there should be a sensitivity in the police officers, so that no one touches them or harm them in a bad manner, like without their permission.
Sharad Pawar, what do you think when you hear of police sensitivity or sensitivity in general? Sharad Pawar?
Sir, I think Of police sensitivity, I don't know much, but
सेंसिटिविटी ये शब्द सुना है कभी?
yes,
तो आपको क्या लगता है सेंसिटिव का मतलब क्या?
sir, like sir, he is like weak or something.
वीक और समथिंग, ठीक है। और कोई बोलना चाहेगा जिसने अब तक ना बोला हो?
So मैं
हाँ, महुआ मोटरा बोलो।
so feeling liable or to be offended or hurt.
ठीक है, तो ये सभी जवाब थोड़े गलत है, ठीक है। सेंसिटिविटी का मतलब लाइक मोर और लेस
others.
काइंड ऑफ राइट ऑलराइट, रिस्पेक्टिंग, ठीक है। सेंसिटिविटी का मतलब जस्ट बीइंग अ गुड ह्यूमन बीइंग ऑलराइट एंड बीइंग एम्पैथेटिक। व्हाट आई हैव एम्पैथी ऑलराइट, समवॉट सिंपैथेटिक, कि भाई मैं ह्यूमन हूं एंड मैं पुलिस के पहले भी इंसान हूं, ठीक है। मुझे दूसरों इंसानों की भावनाओं को समझना, रिस्पेक्ट करना है, वो है सेंसिटिविटी। लोगों के इमोशंस को समझना है, लोगों की सिचुएशन को समझना है, ठीक है। तो मतलब सपोज अगर किसी की डेथ हो गई, ठीक है, सपोज किसी को लग गया बहुत अच्छे से, तो हम लोग ऐसे मतलब हंसते खिलते नहीं है वो टाइम पे, हम लोग अब अच्छे से बिहेव करके रखते हैं, फॉर्मली बिहेव करके रखते हैं। वी आर बीइंग सेंसिटिव टुवर्ड्स अ सिचुएशन, ठीक है। दैट्स व्हाट वी मीन बाय सेंसिटिविटी, कि वी आर बीइंग मैच्योर्ड इन दैट सिचुएशन। अभी पुलिस की सेंसिटिविटी वाई इज दैट इम्पोर्टेंट, कि अभी वो लोग, अभी सोचो कि आप एक क्राइम टीवी पे देखते हो, उसको दिमाग पे कितना असर पड़ता है। पुलिस रोज क्राइम को देखती है, क्राइम के बारे में पढ़ती है, क्राइम का बिलीव करती है, तो उन लोग की दिमाग की कंडीशन सोचो, ठीक है। एक दिन पे सुबह मर्डर हो रहा है, फिर रेप हो रहा है, और फिर वो लोग सोच रहे हैं कि भाई इकोनॉमिक ऑफेंस हो रहा है, कोई चीटिंग हो रही है, और लाइक मारा मारी हो रही है एक जगह पे, किसी का फोन खो गया है, किसी का बच्चा खो गया है, सब कुछ एक दिन में, राइट। तो फिर सोचो पुलिस की मानसिक हालत कैसी होगी, ठीक है। इसीलिए सेंसिटिविटी इंपॉर्टेंट है, राइट। तो ये जो कल्याण बैनर्जी का पॉइंट था कि उन लोग को मेंटल कैपेसिटी भी होनी चाहिए, मेंटल कैपेसिटी में ये सेंसिटिविटी आती है। मैं आपको सिंपल एग्जांपल दूंगा, ठीक है। अगर महिलाओं के खिलाफ कोई क्राइम हुआ है, ठीक है, और बच्चों के खिलाफ कोई क्राइम हुआ है, पुलिस सेम वे में तो बिहेव नहीं कर सकती जो वो अडल्ट के साथ करती है। उनको अगर कोई बच्चा था सीन पे, तो उसको प्यार से समझाना पड़ेगा, अगर उनको फोर्स नहीं करना पड़ेगा कि हाँ बोलो क्या देखा तूने, ऑलराइट। उन लोग को आओ बिठाओ, ऑलराइट, और अच्छे से प्यार से पूछो कि क्या हुआ। उन लोग को कुछ भी चाहिए, पहले उन लोग को काउंसलर लाके दो, उन लोग को लगा है किसी को, उन लोग को पहले फर्स्ट एड लाके दो, फिर पूछो। दिस इज नथिंग बट सेंसिटिविटी। और ये इंडिया में अनफॉर्चुनेटली हम लोग इतना देखते नहीं, ऑलराइट। हम अनफॉर्चुनेटली कभी क्या देखते हैं कि पुलिस दादागिरी कर रही है, और पुलिस बहुत ही रूड है, ठीक है। उन लोग को फर्क नहीं पड़ता किसी की भावनाओं का, मतलब वो भी कोई बोलता है कि हाई मेरे घर पे दादाजी पड़े, ऑलराइट, अभी मतलब मुझे, मैं आ जाऊंगा पुलिस स्टेशन, आप मुझे धक्के मार के मत लेके जाओ, बट वो भी धक्के मार के लेके जाएंगे, समझे आप। तो ऐसे हमने बहुत सारी चीजें देखी होगी, ठीक है। अगर कि आप सब लोग बिल्डिंग सोसाइटीज में रहते हो, किसी ने कुछ अनऑथोराइज स्ट्रक्चर बना दिया बिल्डिंग में, या फिर कोई गफला कर दिया बिल्डिंग में, ठीक है, कोई मारामारी हो गई, ऑलराइट। तो पुलिस जब रेड मारती है, वो ऐसे ही आके घसीट के ले जाएगी, ऑलराइट। कभी कभी वो सेंसिटिव ना रहा हो, जब उन लोग को मालूम भी नहीं क्या हो रहा है। तो just being matured, all right, and being respectful to others is a part of sensitivity. At the same time, अगर कोई क्राइम कर रहा है, उसकी तरफ से हम रिस्पेक्टफुल नहीं हो सकते कि हाँ भाई साहब आपने क्राइम किया, पुलिस आ जाओ, ऐसा भी नहीं कर सकते। तो एक बैलेंस होना चाहिए बिटवीन बीइंग स्ट्रिक्ट एंड बीइंग सेंसिटिव, गॉट इट, ऑलराइट। एक एग्जांपल मैं दूंगा, ज्यादा नहीं। आपको मालूम है कि इफ यू आर अ वुमन, यू आर नॉट अलाउड, ऑलराइट, कि कोई भी पुलिस ऑफिसर आपको सनराइज से सनसेट तक अरेस्ट नहीं कर सकता, ठीक है। सो बेयर दैट इन माइंड, ऑलराइट, लाइक टेल दिस टू योर मॉम्स, सिस्टर्स, एनीवन, ऑलराइट। इफ लाइक यू नो दिस इज अ पार्ट ऑफ सेंसिटिविटी, ठीक है। इफ यू आर अ वुमन, यू आर नॉट अलाउड टू बी अरेस्टेड इवन बाय अ लेडी ऑफिसर, ऑलराइट, फ्रॉम सनराइज, फ्रॉम सनसेट टू सनराइज। बेसिकली समझ लो कि 8 बजे रात को और सुबह 5 बजे के पहले आप अरेस्ट नहीं हो सकते हो, ऑलराइट। तो ये समझ लो।
So why is that?
उनकी खुद की सेफ्टी है, ठीक है। अगर मतलब कोई भी ऐसा मतलब यू नो महिलाओं को के खिलाफ इतने क्राइम बढ़ रहे हैं, ऑलराइट, और ज्यादा सेफ कंट्री नहीं है, तो पुलिस कभी भी आके ऐसे रात में, ऑलराइट, उन लोग को अरेस्ट नहीं कर सकती, ऑलराइट। दिन में कर लो।
Basically, if because before, according to me, before the sunrise, you can't arrest any woman because it's very dark outside and something like privacy is also there.
वही प्रिवेसी ऑल्सो देयर, और मतलब वैसे उन लोग के पास कोई सपोर्ट ना हो, वो सब मतलब एक्सेसिबिलिटी ना हो, अपने क्लोज अपने फैमिली को रीच ना कर सकते, अपने फ्रेंड्स को रीच ना कर सकते, अपने एडवोकेट को रीच ना कर पाए, लॉयर को रीच ना कर पाए, इसलिए वो टाइम पे नहीं कर सकते। और
Basically, they can arrest the woman
इन डे
in the
टाइम,
period of sunset and sunrise.
या दे कैन ऑलराइट, और वो भी लेडी ऑफिसर को ही करना चाहिए, ठीक है, लेडी कांस्टेबल या फिर लेडी इंस्पेक्टर, ठीक है। अगर मतलब अगर कोई घना क्राइम कर दिया हो तो, ऑलराइट, अगर मतलब मेल आके उधर कर रहा है तो फिर मतलब यू कैन टच अ वुमन इन एनी इनअप्रोप्रिएट वे, राइट। So you have to ensure that there is a lady officer, lady constable involved who is doing the action of an arrest. ये एग्जांपल दे दिया। अभी आपको मालूम है, यू टेल मी, ऑलराइट, अभी किसी ने आई थिंक कौशिक ने ऑलराइट डाला कि ये चिल्ड्रन कैन नॉट बी अरेस्टेड, ठीक है। टेल मी इफ इट इज ट्रू और फॉल्स, कैन चिल्ड्रन बी अरेस्टेड?
Yes.
Yes.
यस।
Yes.
Children can be arrested and put into children's jail, which is there, which is made by children.
Anyone disagrees?
No, sir.
Oh, acha. Kaushik, will you like to tell me something?
Can you repeat the question which you asked, sir?
Can children be arrested? What do you think?
No, no. After that, you asked something, no? On which
No,
everyone.
no, I just asked Kaushik if you want to say something.
Well, without a warrant, they definitely can be arrested. They cannot be arrested.
Great. All right. So, all right. So, guys, all right, and take this one word in mind, and it will be helpful throughout your career. All right. And especially तुम लोग का कोई भी मतलब सुनो कि आप कोई भी ट्रैवल में पढ़ रहा है, जल्दी we will complete it. All right. Moa Motra, don't get anxious. All right. We'll complete it very soon. All right, Sanjit. Don't worry. ठीक है. So, all right. There is one word which you have to bear in mind: apprehension. Apprehended. APPREHENDED. Children are never arrested, they are apprehended. ठीक है, ऑलराइट। थोड़े रेयर केसेस में चिल्ड्रन को अरेस्ट कर सकते हैं, ठीक है, बट मोस्टली एप्रीहेंड करते हैं, ठीक है, क्योंकि बच्चा है। हाँ,
मीनिंग ऑफ एप्रीहेंड
मैं समझा रहा हूँ, ठीक है। एप्रीहेंड मतलब कि हम लोग मान रहे हैं, ऑलराइट, कि चिल्ड्रन ने क्राइम कमिट किया है। मोस्ट ऑफ क्राइम्स चिल्ड्रन आर नॉट केपेबल ऑफ कमिटिंग, क्योंकि उन लोग का साउंड माइंड नहीं रहता टू दैट, ऑलराइट। दे आर नॉट कि वो लोग प्रोसेस कर सके कि भाई हमारे पास इंटेंशन है क्राइम करने का, तो फिर हम लोग ये क्राइम एक्चुअली करना चाहते हैं। मोस्ट बच्चों में क्या होता है कि कोई अडल्ट ने उन लोग को बोला है इसलिए वो लोग क्राइम कर रहे हैं, समझे। तो एप्रीहेंड मतलब ऐसा केस हो गया है जब मतलब बच्चा खुद ही ऐसा निकला और कोई भी सर्कमस्टेंसेस से उसने क्राइम कमिट कर लिया, तो फिर हम उसको जेल में नहीं डालेंगे। देयर इज नथिंग कॉल्ड अ चिल्ड्रंस जेल, ऑलराइट। ऑलराइट, एज के हिसाब से हम लोग उसको रिहैबिलिटेशन सेंटर में डालेंगे, ऑलराइट, ये डिटेंशन सेंटर्स में डालेंगे, रिफॉर्मेटिव सेंटर्स में डालेंगे, समझ गए। तो इसमें आप समझ लो देयर इज समथिंग कॉल्ड जुवेनाइल जस्टिस, ऑलराइट। एवरीथिंग टीशा विल पुट इन द चैट बॉक्स, ठीक है। जुवेनाइल जस्टिस, तो अभी इसमें एजेस होती है, ठीक है, एंड दिस इज व्हाट वी कॉल एज ऑफ डिलिंक्वेंसी। और आप सबको ये मालूम होना चाहिए एज चिल्ड्रन, ठीक है, क्योंकि भाई अगर आप नहीं, आप कोई ना कोई को तो जानते हो कि कभी ना कभी कोई लफड़ा होने वाला है, ठीक है। मेरी स्कूल में तो बहुत लफड़े हुए, ठीक है। तो फिर कीप दैट इन माइंड। आई नो मीटिंग रिकॉर्डेड है, बट मतलब दिस इज ऑल यू शुड नो, दिस इज लाइक स्ट्रीट नॉलेज, ठीक है। सो यू कांट बी अरेस्टेड, ऑलराइट। कोई आके तुझे बोल के जाएगा कि मैं तुझे जेल में डालूंगा, तेरे लिए जेल का एज लिमिट ही भाई 18 है, यू कांट बी पुट इन जेल, ठीक है। I'll get to you very soon, alright, Arav. So here, depending on your age, say if you are younger than 7 years old, then we can't even put you anywhere because you are so young that you are not capable of processing a crime or committing a crime. That is what the law believes. Alright, say if your age is between 7 to 12, alright, we will put you in a rehabilitation center. Alright, because we know कि you मतलब आप लोग innocent हो अब तक, we consider you as innocent, that you cannot have committed the crime knowing everything. Alright, so to ensure that you get a proper mental support, mental treatment, and then you can become a better person, we send you somewhere called a rehabilitation center. Now, most cases, if you are young, older than 12 years old, alright, you are subjected to juvenile justice, alright, or juvenile prevention centers, alright. तो वो रिहैबिलिटेशन जैसा ही होता है, बस थोड़ा ज्यादा, ठीक है। तो मतलब वैसे सब ट्रीटमेंट होती है। अभी इंडिया में ऐसा हुआ है कि देयर इज दिस एज ऑफ डिलिंक्वेंसी जो कम कर दी गई है। 18 साल था पहले, अभी 16 या फिर 15 साल हो गए, आई एम नॉट श्योर, ठीक है, वो थोड़े ऑफेंसेस के लिए, बाय ऑफेंसेस आई मीन थोड़े क्राइम्स के लिए, ठीक है। अगर इफ यू टेक रेप का एग्जांपल, समथिंग एज सेंसिटिव और एज ग्रेव एज रेप, so alright, just because you are like young, alright, a 16-year-old or 15-year-old now cannot get away with it, ठीक है। पर अगर कोई बाकी क्राइम्स ले लो, ऑलराइट, उसमें मतलब क्राइम के ऊपर डिपेंडिंग प्रॉब्लम हो सकता है। चाइल्ड लेबर ले लो, चाइल्ड लेबर इंडिया में यूजुअली 14 के जो पहले करते हैं उनको कंसिडर किया जाता है। पर अगर आप कोई बाकी क्राइम ले लो, सपोज थेफ्ट ले लो, असॉल्ट ले लो, ठीक है, चीटिंग ले लो, उसका लिमिट अब तक 18 ही है, ठीक है। बट एज टीनेजर्स मोर और लेस मोस्ट क्राइम्स के लिए, ऑलराइट, you cannot be arrested, you will be apprehended. What happens when you are apprehended? You go to the rehabilitation center or juvenile center. This entire process, alright, we don't arrest you, we don't punish you, but we try to make you a better person, is called juvenile justice. Got it? Alright, got it?
Yes, sir.
Great. Alright, so on that note, alright, we conclude our discussion on sensitivity, all right, कि मतलब how one should be respectful and mindful of each one's particular circumstances. सबके लिए हम लोग सेम नहीं कर सकते, ठीक है। We will take our next set of speeches and then we will quickly end. I just wanted to usher this spark of discussion in you. ठीक है, अभी I think next हम लोग अखिलेश यादव जी को ले रहे थे ना?
No, sir, I was there.
Yeah, Mohit Motra ji, then Akhilesh Yadav, right?
Okay, sir. Sir, I think that better surveys and
Give you a full
supervision.
speech, like full speech, ठीक है?
Okay, sir. With examples?
या मतलब 1 मिनट में जितना बोल रहे हैं बोल लो, 1-2 मिनट में, ठीक है?
Okay, sir. I think that better surveys and supervision should be taken on the training centers, because in one incident in Uttar Pradesh, a survey was taken, and in one district particularly, they found out that all the officers who were working there, they did not know how to use the guns or assemble the guns.
Right. So yeah, exactly. Like,
Excuse me, I hope you don't mind me jumping in. I'm wondering who was the one who said that statement right now.
Yeah, Balkish, you can elaborate.
Right. I was just asking who was speaking last, because I have to make some notes.
So it was Mohit Motra. I think it was Sanjit who was speaking.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Okay. Anyone has any question to Sanjit?
Okay, so I have a question.
Yeah.
But
just answer me the simple question when you're asking any question. When do you think police can and when do you think police should use guns? Simple question.
So can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
So Sanjit, I'll call you by name. So basically, how like we have a short of police officer. Okay, we don't have that much people who are working in the police. So how will you provide in every district police officers to survey and do all that?
I'm not saying that they have to survey every day, every time. They should take means monthly or scheduled surveys of that particular police station. I'm not saying that every day they should take a survey.
Sir, I have a doubt. Like if there are less staff members for the police station, so will there be temporary staff members like for temporary purposes?
जो पुलिस स्टाफ का रिक्रूटमेंट रहता है वो बहुत एडवांस रहता है, ठीक है। और मतलब पुलिस ऑफिसर हर जगह रहेंगे, तो इंस्टेड ऑफ हैविंग टेम्पररी मेंबर्स क्या होता है, ट्रांसफर सिस्टम होता है, ऑलराइट। सो पुलिस जिधर अंडरस्टाफ्ड है, दे विल गेट ट्रांसफर्ड. सपोज लाइक वेयर डू यू स्टे इन मेविश?
I'm staying in Poonam Garden.
पूनम गार्डन, वो कौन से एरिया में आया?
मीरा भाईंदर.
Yeah.
मीरा भाईंदर, ठीक है। तो अगर आपका ये जो मीरा रोड पुलिस स्टेशन, ऑलराइट, इज यू थिंक अंडरस्टाफ, ऑलराइट, तो फिर इधर कोई मतलब गोरेगांव पुलिस स्टेशन, ढिंडोसी पुलिस स्टेशन से उधर आ जाएगा, ऑलराइट, डिपेंडिंग कि भाई कितने क्राइम हो रहे, कितना केस लोड है, वो लोग आ जाएगा, ठीक है। तो और सर्वे तो पुलिस के होते रहते हैं, अभी पुलिस खुद में तो उसके मैकेनिज्म्स होते हैं, ये
Sir,
पब्लिक
I
भी
have
कर
a
सकती है.
question to like general question.
Yeah, I'll just complete this one. Even public can ask for transparency in police. अरे पब्लिक पुलिस को एप्लीकेशन लिख सकती है, कोर्ट या मैजिस्ट्रेट को एप्लीकेशन लिख सकते हैं कि हमको बोलो पुलिस में क्या चल रहा है. ऑलराइट, आरटीआई इशू कर सकती है. आरटीआई मतलब राइट टू इंफॉर्मेशन. वो इशू करके पूछ सकती है कि भाई पुलिस में ये चल क्या रहा है, इधर मुझे ये इंफॉर्मेशन चाहिए क्योंकि ये इंफॉर्मेशन पब्लिक के लिए अच्छी है. ठीक है. या वी विल हियर फ्रॉम डॉक्टर पटनायक.
Okay, so I wanted to ask, like, if the is the police a government's job? Or,
Yes.
so basically, it will be not like the police officer can get suspended, right?
They can. Alright, it's a public servant. ठीक है, तो फिर पुलिस भी क्राइम कर सकती है.
But you can't remove a person from the government job, no?
You can. Why not? Alright, government at the end of the day जॉब ही हुआ हमारा. ठीक है. अगर सपोज पुलिस वाले ने क्राइम कर दिया, पुलिस वाले को भी सजा मिलेगी. अगर पुलिस
So
वाला
according to me, what I
वो भी
have like,
रिटायर हो गए.
what I have studied and what I have listened from people, if it is a government job, they go on with detention, not being like removing from the job. directly.
रिमूवल भी होता है, बट बहुत रिमूवल होता है. ठीक है, गवर्नमेंट के जॉब में. ऑलराइट, एवरीवन इज द सेम इन द आईज ऑफ द लॉ. ऑलराइट, पुलिस वाले को भी बहुत निकाला जाता है. यू हैव हर्ड सो मेनी स्टोरीज कि मैं पहले पुलिस वाला था, फिर मैं ये बन गया. ऑलराइट, ग्रेट खली पहले पुलिस वाला था, फिर जाके रेसलर बना.
हाँ.
मतलब पुलिस वाले निकाले जाते हैं, छोड़े जाते हैं, बहुत होता है. ऑलराइट, सो देयर इज नथिंग लाइक इम्यूनिटी फॉर पुलिस ऑफिशियल्स. ऑलराइट, सो या आई थिंक हमारे पास और 2 स्पीच है. ऑलराइट, उस पर हम लोग थोड़े बात करेंगे. ऑलराइट, और फिर 5 मिनट में ही कंक्लूड कर देंगे. ठीक है, अखिलेश यादव जी, और फिर हम लोग शरद पवार की स्पीच लेंगे. ठीक है.
So, sir, basically, the police should have the knowledge about the law, then be physically fit, and should maintain teamwork. Like, can you hear my voice? Yeah, nothing else.
Well, repeat the last word you said. They should have a
They should maintain teamwork.
teamwork. ठीक है, great. Anyone has a question to Mavish? All right, even I can answer it. That's fine. Any question on this? All right, ठीक है. So when it comes to teamwork, ठीक है, and knowing their responsibilities and duties, all right, it is often the case कि भाई पुलिस वाले खुद में ही शायद disagree करेंगे. ठीक है, तो ऐसी सिचुएशंस को हम लोग कैसे रिजॉल्व करें? तभी हायर अप का मतलब रोल आता है कि जो मतलब सीनियर इंस्पेक्टर है, ऑलराइट, दे विल बी रिस्पांसिबल. ऑलराइट, दैट इज वेयर द रोल ऑफ सुपरिटेंडेंट कम्स इन. ठीक है, सपोज रेड मारा है, ऑलराइट, और थोड़े लोग धक्का मुक्की करके अंडर कर रहे हैं और थोड़े लोग इधर जाके पैसे खा रहे हैं. ऑलराइट, तो दैट इज वेयर अ गुड हेल्दी बैलेंस इज इम्पोर्टेंट. एंड दैट इज व्हाई एज अ सिटीजन, अगर कोई भी पुलिस आपके पास आए, आपके पेरेंट्स के पास आए, आपके स्कूल में आए, ऑलराइट, पुलिस को बोलना चाहिए कि उनके पास कौन सा रीजनेबल बेसिस है, ऑलराइट, कि कौन से बेस पे वो आपको अरेस्ट करना चाहते हैं फर्स्ट, और सेकंड कि कौन से चार्ज के अंडर. हैव यू हर्ड अबाउट चार्ज? ठीक है, कौन से चार्ज के अंडर. ठीक है,
किसकी वजह से?
हाँ, ठीक है, मतलब आपने तो लगा ठीक है नॉर्मल मारा मारी है. अभी मारा मारी में भी क्या हो सकता है? असॉल्ट हो सकता है, हर्ट हो सकता है, और फिजिकल एक्सचेंज हो सकता है, और कुछ भी हो सकता है. ठीक है, तो कौन से चार्ज और चार्जेस के लिए आपको अंडर किया जा रहा है. ठीक है, तो इसी सिचुएशन में हम लोग वारंट भी अरेस्ट होते हैं. ठीक है, वारंट जब पुलिस के पास होता है, वारंट कोर्ट देता है. ठीक है, वारंट जब मिलता है पुलिस को अथॉरिटी से, तो फिर पुलिस आपके घर पे आके आपको अरेस्ट कर सकता है. ठीक है, और वारंट कौन से क्राइम्स के लिए दिया जाता है? ओनली द ग्रेव क्राइम्स, जिसकी सजा 60 साल से ज्यादा हो. ठीक है, ठीक है. वी विल मूव ऑन टू अ फाइनल स्पीच, ऑलराइट, व्हिच इज बाय, और रादर फाइनल पॉइंट्स आई शुड से, बाय शरद पवार. ठीक है.
So, sir, I think the police should be physically fit and have problem solving skills and also good communication skills, and they should also be good listeners and observe have good observation skills.
Right. Short but like very, in fact, the most important points. All right, I'll just ask you one question. All right, Malab, is it necessary that police should speak English?
Sir, it will be important if you have, if you are in like, if you don't know their language, so you can communicate in English, and it will help you if you even uh, get transferred to other states, and yeah.
All right. Okay. So guys, the one thing which you hear, all right, as Mumbai girls, is that, Malab, it is like, advisable or recommended to know Marathi and talk to police in Marathi to aapka kaam ho jaye. And that is very true. Because as I said earlier on, what you care about is the state of Maharashtra. All right. Never just 5 minutes. All right, just not even 5 minutes, 2 minutes. Okay. So, Malab,
Okay, sir.
such a communication is important. All right. So when it comes to communicating with police, all right, police also has the job of reporting, of making documents, all right, of registering your FIRs, or registering your complaints, all right, giving you a charge sheet. Charge sheet मतलब कि भाई आपने ये सब crimes किए ये लो, all right, कि ये कोर्ट का order है ये लो, ये letter आया है ये लो. So I think by Sharad Pawar's point, you mean the police should be able to understand it well and tell you what it is. कि आपके घर पे मतलब चालान लगा है तो वो चालान कैसे लगा है, ठीक है. So maybe these are the things which you can look forward to. And I think on that note, we will conclude our discussion. We have discussed everything under the umbrella in a very scattered manner. What I want you all to do tomorrow, and tomorrow you all have the edge now, is just that this discussion, you have to take it forward. But instead of speaking as like, personal, or as instead of speaking as Sanjit, Vihan, Arav, Mavish, all right, Kalyan, I'm sorry, all right, if I'm missing out any names, all right, Shivam, all right, whichever names are present here, all right, you have to go one step further and speak as your politicians. Cool?
Okay, sir.
All right. Any thoughts and feedback or any suggestions you have for me before you leave? All right. Just can I have the cameras on one last time? All right.
So are there any rules for new rules for tomorrow?
No new. कल जितने लोग आएंगे उस पर डिपेंड करता है, ठीक है. ऑनेस्टली कल बहुत फॉर्मल होगा, पर मैं आप लोगों को याद रखूंगा, ठीक है. सो डोंट वरी.
तो आज इतने लोग क्यों नहीं आए?
आज आई थिंक कोई प्रॉब्लम हो गया कि स्कूल का टाइमिंग क्लैश हो गया और सब कुछ. ऑलराइट. तो इसलिए हमारे पास कम लोग थे, पर अच्छा है कम लोग थे ताकि वी कुड हैव अ वेरी फ्री फ्लोइंग डिस्कशन और कंपटीशन जैसा फीलिंग नहीं रहा. So now I know you all better, all right, and I know how efficaciously you contributed towards this discussion, all right, and how much you all were the ones who were like, who stood out and took your time and came here, okay. But tomorrow, even I don't know what will happen. We'll see tomorrow, all right. Yeah.
So winners individual या team basis में रहेंगे?
Individual, हर एक individually रहेगा. Doesn't mean that you oppose each other if you're from the same party, all right, but तो भी आपकी individual जो speeches है ना उसके हिसाब से रहेगा, ठीक है.
Sir, tomorrow we have to say about the political parties point of view, sir.
नहीं, आपको थोड़ा बहुत उसके बारे में बात करना है. आपको क्या बात करना है, ये सेम जो हमने बातें की ऐसी, पर आपको रिसर्च करके आना है. आज तो मैंने सब आपको बोल दिया, आपको कल खुद रिसर्च करके आना है और आपको खुद बोलना है कि पुलिस रिफॉर्म्स ये प्रॉब्लम है, ये सोल्यूशन है, और ये अभी इंडिया में ऐसा सिचुएशन है, ठीक है, ये महाराष्ट्र में सिचुएशन है, ऑलराइट. पर वो आप नहीं बोलोगे, वो लाइक कल्याण बैनर्जी विल से, आप अपने पार्टी के तरफ से बोलोगे, ठीक है, कि तृणमूल कांग्रेस का मानना ये है कि ये सिचुएशन है और ऐसा होना चाहिए. तो उसमें थोड़ा ऐसा स्किल होता है, ऑलराइट, कि आप अपने पार्टी की तरफ से बोलो, आप अपने आइडियोलॉजी की तरफ से बोलो, ठीक है. इसलिए मैंने करप्शन कल के लिए रखा है, क्योंकि करप्शन पॉलिटिक्स के साथ आता है. इसलिए करप्शन अगर आप पार्टी मेंबर की तरफ बोलोगे रिसर्च करके तो ज्यादा अच्छा रहेगा, ठीक है.
सर तो कल
करप्शन पे पढ़ के आना. और
तो
पुलिस
कल मेन टॉपिक करप्शन ही है ना?
हाँ, मतलब पहले हम लोग करप्शन की बातें करेंगे, पर मेन टॉपिक पुलिस ही रहेगा, पुलिस रिफॉर्म्स, और उसके अंडर सब टॉपिक है करप्शन, ठीक है.
ओके सर.
ठीक है. और कोई क्वेश्चन? आरव?
No, sir.
All right. So sorry if I got your names wrong, if I missed it out. क्योंकि on your screen I could just see your party member names. ठीक है. Arav, has he left? ठीक है, कुछ नहीं. All right. Also, thank you to the press member, Balkrishna, for having me here and noting all of this down. If it is fairly informal, I will see all of you on time tomorrow. All right.
So
And
timings.
It's 7
Timings.
o'clock. It starts.
timings आपके WhatsApp group में आ जाएंगे.
Okay, sir.
ठीक है? So please keep updated on that, and thank you so much for taking your time. All right. And this more or less will be a unique exercise to you, which
Yes,
will
sir.
be helpful somewhere down the line. All right. So just treat it like a civics class and enjoy yourself. And on my behalf also, have थोड़ा extra dinner और थोड़ा sweets खा लेना Saturday. ठीक है? चलो.
ठीक है.
Yes.
All
Okay,
right.
sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.